I love Canada, and it's my home. My great-grandparents came here in 1903, before Alberta was even officially a province. But being a Canadian doesn't mean we can't admit that the United States is the greatest force for freedom in the world. In fact, part of the reason it's so great to be Canadian is that we have the U.S. right next to us geographically, physically, commercially, culturally, linguistically, militarily. Imagine if we were located somewhere far away, surrounded by bad guys, like the little democracy of Taiwan is, or Israel, or even Australia. Too close to China for comfort, probably. So we're lucky here, but there has been a sudden and dark shift in America's greatest industry that we use every day, all the time. I'm talking about the American high-tech industry, especially communications, social media, things like that. I mean, just 10 years ago, the internet was the freest place in the world, probably the freest place in the world's history, the internet. But now it's the least free place by many measures. It's certainly the most spied upon place, a place of no privacy. And now it's a place of the most regulation and censorship. And in a terrifying way, it's not government regulation and censorship most of the time. It's corporate censorship by oligarchs. So you don't even get to know about the censorship. It's not debated in a legislature. It's not examined in committee hearings. It's not a law that's voted on. It's not prosecuted against you in a court where you can make your case. You can't appeal it. It's just done secretly, and you find out about it afterwards, and there's no appeal. You might be the most powerful politician in America, but the technology giants are more powerful, and they love to let you know it. And in case you're wondering, it's just getting started. Here's the boss of Twitter, a kooky leftist billionaire named Jack Dorsey, and he was recorded on a company conference call a few days ago. Take a look at this.
We do intend to do a full retro, as I said in my note. It is going to take some time. And then the other thing, just to close out a little bit, we are focused on one account right now, but this is going to be much bigger than just one account, and it's going to go on for much longer than just this day, this week, the next few weeks. It's going to go on beyond the inauguration. We have to expect that. We have to be ready for that. So the focus is certainly on this account and how it ties to real-world violence, but also we need to think much longer term around how these dynamics play out over time. I don't believe this is going away anytime soon.
Oh, so he's just getting started. He's against hateful speech, you see, or dangerous speech or violent speech, whatever. He lets the Ayatollahs of Iran stay on, same with Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela and Vladimir Putin too, same with the president of Turkey. Oh, and he personally donated millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter rioters. He even went to the riots himself just to be part of the action. So yeah, that's Twitter. Trump was just the appetizer. You're the main course. Now, it's great if you're a Democrat, because Twitter, like all tech companies, is based in Silicon Valley, which is a nickname for a suburb of San Francisco. That's the most left-wing city in America, and so they're all pro-Democrat there, the tech companies. Remember, this video leaked to Breitbart of the Google staff meeting a few days after the Trump victory in 2016. Listen to how they talk about Clinton and the Democrats back then, and it's even worse now. There is no dividing line in their mind. They say we, between the tech companies and the Democrats, it's the same group. Take a look.
I want to take you back to 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night. I was at home with friends and family watching the election returns. And as we started to see the direction of the voting, I reached out to someone close to me who was at the Javits Center where the big celebration was supposed to occur in New York City, somebody who'd been working on the campaign. And I just sent him a note and said, are you okay? It looks like it's going the wrong way. And I got back a very sad, short text that read, people are leaving, staff is crying, we're gonna lose.
Here's another one.
Okay, folks, I know this is probably not the most joyous TGIF we have had. And, let's face it, most people here are pretty upset and pretty sad because of the election.
Yeah, so their plans worked. They won, they stopped Trump, but they're not done yet. You heard Jack Dorsey. They're going in for the kill, all of them. It's weird. It's not a coincidence that all in a single day, 12 different tech companies simultaneously banned Donald Trump. Don't tell me that's a coincidence. That is a cartel at work. The Democrats love it because they're the beneficiaries of it. The Republicans hate it, but they didn't hate it enough to have done anything about it in the past 4 years when they could have, I guess. But what if you're not a Democrat? Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, is literally from San Francisco. These are her personal friends. She knows them. They're probably in her speed dial. But what if you're from Kampala? Yeah, I had to look that up too. It's the capital of Uganda. Facebook and Twitter started banning politicians there too, just like they had done in America. So the Ugandan government just banned Twitter and Facebook from Uganda. And boy, was Twitter angry. Censorship, that's our gig. How dare you Ugandans try and steal our moves? But seriously, I don't think anyone in Uganda is friends with Jack Dorsey or Mark Zuckerberg or any of the bosses of Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Amazon, or the rest of them. I just don't think Uganda is that close to Silicon Valley. And of course, there's 200 or so other countries in the world. And that's what's so surprising to me, an unexpected consequence. You'd think Trump's enemies around the world would be rejoicing his silencing, but they're not. I mean, other than China. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.